Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to assemble my toothpick shooting crossbow pistol. Let's get started. Once you've removed the support material, the next step is to dislodge the sliding mechanism. You'll notice that mine is loose. I've already assembled and disassembled this one, but you're going to want to grab yourself a flathead screwdriver and just put it in this gap and it should come loose. Once you've got that loose, you're just going to want to check the fitment, just sliding this back and forth, and if there's too much friction, just grab yourself a file and file this down. Next, we're going to install the trigger mechanism. So take note of the orientation here, and you're just going to want to put the trigger mechanism inside of the chassis and grab yourself one of these pins, and the pin should slide in with some sort of friction to where you don't need glue. But depending on what type of materials you're printing with, there might be a tolerance issue where you may need to use glue here. If that is the case, just make sure to use only a tiny bit of glue towards the edge so that way it doesn't fully lock the trigger up. Once you've got that installed, grab yourself the spring and it should just pop right in. At this point you can glue it if you want to, but there's no need. Now we're going to install the actual trigger. So take note of this orientation once again. You're going to slot it into the handle like so, and this is going to be done before you slide the two halves together. And so you can just slide the two halves together once this is in, and then from here it's just as simple as putting the second pin to lock that trigger down. So this next part is very important. You're going to want to grab a flathead screwdriver and essentially you're going to pin this black piece down because we need to pull this trigger and have it snap into that piece. And so you're just going to pin that piece down and then pull on the trigger until you feel a slight snap that the halves are now connected together. Now we're onto the rubber band. You're going to want to just pinch off a section of rubber band and feed it through the front first, and then you're going to connect it to this slider. Once you have that side done, you should be able to just stretch it pretty tight and try to get it to the other side through that hole and connect it to the other side of the slider. If you want to, you can also put a second rubber band to make this a little more powerful. Here I'm just basically pulling on the two halves of the rubber band. I'm just trying to even out the two sides so that way there's even tension across both. Don't forget to check out my model with these toothpick fins. These not only help add some weight to get some extra distance, but they also help the toothpicks fly straighter. If you like this model and you want to see more, please consider dropping a follow on my Maker World page or boosting the model. Those help a ton. Otherwise, thanks for watching and happy printing.